Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband.
Wife.
Guess what today is?
Well, we just finished our first week of Jeremiah, which would mean that since today's Saturday, we're getting into our
Q&A Saturday.
That's right. And what are we Qing and Aing today?
We are covering Jeremiah chapters 1 through 5.
Right.
And I thought we would talk about circumcision since my guy was born without foreskin.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Your guy being Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, my dude, you know.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Big J.
Crazy. Yeah.
Jeremiah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. All right, so we are going to get into circumcision.
Oh, boy.
But before I start talking about J-Dog's dick, let me tell you a little bit about him.
No, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know,
J-Dog being Jeremiah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Jeremiah and his profoundly foreskin lacking penis.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know this, but according to the notes that I found,
Mm-hmm.
he is a descendant of Rahab by her marriage with Joshua, and he was born during the persecution of the prophets under Jezebel.
Wait, wasn't Rahab the prostitute at the Jericho wall?
I don't remember.
Oh.
But
well,
sure.
No, I mean, I don't know. That's okay. So anyway, but he was the descendant of somebody that's important anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rahab married Joshua, and then, yeah, that does make sense. Yeah.
Well, but it doesn't. They never got married in the Bible that I'm aware of.
Maybe they did, and you just didn't know it, because I was looking at a bunch of like rabbinical and Jewish notes.
Sure.
So according to those stories,
Got it.
he saved her, you know.
Okay.
And I guess
And then they got married.
Sure. Why not?
Interesting. That's like a whole other fucking story that I'm curious about now.
So,
but I mean, obviously, we don't have the information on it, so.
Right. So, anyway, that's where Jeremiah is descended from.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was born during the persecution of the prophets under Jezebel.
Okay.
Remember all that?
Only kind of.
Right. I know that was so far back, but that's where we are today.
Okay.
We are so far back in time.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
His was a priestly family, and it was probably the same family that cared for the Ark of the Covenant after the return from Egypt.
So the Levites?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he was part of that crew.
Sure.
His family owned property there, so Jeremiah was able to devote himself entirely to his prophetic calling. Like,
boy, it's nice to have a family that's rich, isn't it?
It sure is, because
Yeah.
then you can just, go do your crazy...
Then you get to be famous for all time in the Bible because your family was rich.
Exactly.
And they don't think that when you're crazy and say crazy things, they don't say you're crazy because you're rich.
Right. They just say you're eccentric or
Right.
charismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since he was devoted exclusively to this crazy vocation, which involved the proclaiming of disaster impending,
Right.
He never did marry or have children.
Hmm.
He was like, nope.
Can you imagine being married to somebody that's just proclaiming disaster all the time?
No.
That would be terrible.
Aren't you married to somebody that's proclaiming disaster all the time? Isn't that me?
Well,
I mean, I'm like, everything sucks. I hate everything.
Yeah, but I don't let you get away with it.
No, you don't.
So.
You don't. So I guess you can't imagine it then. So the lofty mission for which Jeremiah was destined was evident even at his birth, for he came not only into the world circumcised, but as soon as he beheld the light of day, he broke out into loud cries, exclaiming with the voice of a youth, My bowels, I am pained at the very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me. Why would he be yelling about his bowels, right? It means he was sick to his stomach.
Oh, okay.
This newborn that just came out, right?
Yeah.
He's like, wah, wah, I'm sick to my stomach. And also, my heart maketh a noise. I'm hungry, bitch.
It sounds to me, this sounds to me like his rich fucking family took the opportunity of their richness to embellish stories about this child.
Sure.
So that they could make him into this wonderful, great priestly thing.
Yeah, he's like pre-Jesus or what the fuck ever.
Right? Yeah, like they're like, we're just going to make him a prophet. And we're going to make him seem like he's really important.
Exactly.
And we can do that because we got money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ain't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
So this part came, like we read this part in the Bible.
Okay.
He continued by accusing his mother of unfaithfulness, and as the latter was greatly astonished to hear this uncomplimentary speech from her newborn infant.
Yeah, I'd be a little taken aback.
I'd be like, excuse you, newborn baby? He goes, I do not mean you, my mother. My prophecy does not refer to you. Wah, wah. I am speaking of Zion and Jerusalem. They deck out their daughters and clothe them in purple and put golden crowns on their heads. But the robbers shall come and take these things away. Now change my diaper.
I don't think Jesus even came out of the womb talking, did he?
No, he sure did not.
I mean, this guy's pretty special, huh? I mean, like, he almost sounds like godly himself.
I know, right?
You know?
So here's the thing. I was like, but can boys actually be born already circumcised? Is that a thing? False.
Oh. Damn, I'm always wrong.
Hold your horses. You are always wrong. There is this thing called aposthia.
Okay.
Which is a rare congenital condition in humans in which the foreskin of a penis is missing.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
The Midrash claims that Moses was born apostate.
Moses?
Okay. And other sources claim that Jacob, his son Gad, and King David were also born this way.
Well, isn't that convenient? All the really godly people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's this book called The Fathers According to Rabbi Nathan.
Okay.
Which is in Hebrew. And it contains a list of persons from the Israelite scriptures that were quote unquote born circumcised.
I see.
Adam, Seth, Noah, Shem, Jacob, Joseph, Moses, the wicked Balaam, Samuel, David, Jeremiah, Zerubbabel, and Job.
I see.
They all had the foreskin missing from their dicks.
That must mean that it's a godly thing because most of them were really, important, upright people in the Bible. So,
well, okay, let's look at it the other way around. Maybe when these children were born that way, they were automatically from birth lifted up to be leaders by their tribes.
That could be just
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way I tend to look at it.
I don't know why people are spending so much time looking at other people's dicks, but
still to this day. Right? Some traditions in Islam say that Muhammad was born without a foreskin. So again, which came first, the chicken or the dick?
Sure, yeah.
Jewish law requires males born without a foreskin or who lost their foreskin through means other than a formal circumcision ceremony to have a drop of blood let from the penis at the point where the foreskin would have been or was attached.
Oh my God.
Just like a pinprick.
Yeah, no, I know, but...
You don't want a pinprick on your dick?
No.
No?
No.
You don't want to bleed from your dick?
I don't.
Okay. The Talmud records a discussion of whether the importance of this bloodletting of the penis supersedes Shabbat, on which only a boy who was born the previous Shabbat can be circumcised. If regular circumcision is delayed, there is no disagreement that this may not be performed on Shabbat. However, in the case of aposthia, or however you pronounce it, there are two schools of thought. Both agree that the blood of the covenant must be drawn from the glands of the penis. One school of thought, however, contends that this may be done on the Sabbath, while the other holds that the Sabbath must not be desecrated on that account.
Which is it?
It depends on which school of thought you're with.
Well, that sucks.
And your rabbi will let you know.
I hope they're not wrong.
Well,
because, then you're fucked.
I mean, at least you are going to be circumcised regardless
I guess,
of the day.
But I mean, knowing God, he could kill you for getting circumcised on the wrong day if you felt like it.
True. It's better to just be born without your foreskin.
Right, but then you still got to get your, dick pricked.
Right, I know. Which day you're going to get your dick pricked.
Right.
Prick-a-dick.
Exactly.
It's Prick-a-dick Day. Circumcision seemingly maims the body, right? Because you're cutting shit off of it.
Yeah.
Yet ancient Jewish and rabbinic interpretation presented as actually perfecting the body. So like you're born with this flaw. You're perfect except for this one flaw.
Yeah.
And if we just get rid of it, that will make you more closely resemble the body of an angel or even of God himself.
I see.
Yeah.
Again, the fascination with penises is just, it blows me away.
It's mind-boggling.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what I brought to the table this fine Prick-a-dick Day.
So we just talked about dicks. That's it.
We talked about dicks. That's it.
Okay. All right.
And pricking a dick and why we do it, and if you can be born without your foreskin, which you can.
Yeah.
So you learned something.
I did. I learned
today.
something new today. I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was our Q&A for this Saturday.
I thought it was interesting.
It definitely was. Yeah. I mean.
I made you squirm.
Who doesn't like talking about dicks?
Most people don't like talking about dicks.
All right. Well, whatever.
This podcast did not harm any dicks in the making of this episode.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, exactly.
No dicks were harmed.
No dicks were harmed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do our Q&A for today.
Sure will.
And we'll be back tomorrow with...
what is it called? What do we do with it? It's our book club.
Yeah.
It's our sacrilegious book club. I was like, what is it called? What do we do? What's that song?
Wife was not prepared for that one.
No, I wasn't. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just forget things.
Yeah. And then I will be getting our weekly replay out. And on Monday, we will be back with...
Jeremiah chapter 6.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.